Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Saide and this is another bullet journal setup video. Like many videos that I've posted recently, it's been a while since I've posted a bullet journal video, but I have new motivation to get started in my bullet journal again. I'm sure a lot of you feel the same way, but with home isolation or quarantine or whatever you're calling it this year, I've just been sitting at home a lot. And there really hasn't been much to plan out. So I really wasn't motivated to set up a bullet journal spread every month. I think I stopped doing that somewhere around May. And I did create occasional spreads. Mostly really journal spreads, more like a diary perhaps. And I did enjoy to create those sometimes. But with my renewed motivation to start up my YouTube channel and to keep a regular uploading schedule, I figured it was time to start up my bullet journal again, because it could help me keep charge of a schedule. So that's what we're doing. So I set up my stuff, put the table next to the window to get daylight, and had the full intention to start spreads for 2021 for January. But as you can see, what we're actually doing is creating a 2020 reflection or review. I figured 2020 has been such a strange year for all of us, and I really want to end 2020 on a positive note, because I think I've let myself drown in too many negative thoughts lately, and I want to end that because it's not motivating, it's not happy, it doesn't make me happy to dwell on the negative. So I'm really trying to see more positive things, to look at the positive view and train myself to be more positive. And maybe some of you recognize this, that you let yourself dwell on the negativity. And sometimes I think it's good to recognize some negativity, and that's fine, but you have to move past if you want to be more happy, maybe more motivated or whatever. So that's what I thought I would do first, to let go of everything that 2020 brought that was negative, and instead look at all the positive things 2020 brought. Because I have to be honest, there were a lot of positives as well. Working from home gave me a lot more time, which was positive, but also I spent this time on a lot of Netflix to start with. Anyway, but I also used this time to do other things, to create more items for my Etsy shop, to focus more on a sort of business plan for my Etsy. And also being with my partner, boyfriend, 24/7 since March, basically. Although challenging, we also had a lot of happy moments together and we evolved together. So I really want to focus on those aspects and not focus on the tough times that there undoubtedly were for you as well, but focus instead on the positive. So yeah, enough rambling on that. That's what we're doing right now, to say thank you to all the good stuff 2020 brought, despite not fully being our choice. Anyway, so once I finished that spread, I really wanted to start on 2021 in my journal and to really create a sort of fresh start. I know it's such a cliche, but it's just the feeling I had, so that's what I went with. And actually, the funny thing is, the 2020 review page was the exact midpoint in my journal. So I was kind of happy about that, because now I have the first half of my journal on 2020, and then the second half, I mean like perfectly the second half on 2021. Isn't that amazing? I can enjoy these things. I'm sorry if I sound like a crazy person now, but that's the way it is. Anyway, I started 2021 with a sort of, what is it? A collage with all these different types of paper. They're just things I have laying around. And I didn't really have a theme in mind for these spreads. I just looked at some stuff. I liked some of it. I liked some colors together. I liked some crazy patterns and just put it all together. That's basically it. I really went with my gut for these spreads and didn't put too much thought in it. I really wanted to go with whatever I was feeling and whatever I wanted to do. Anyway, I kept the opening of 2021 kind of simple, just that opening spread you just saw. And then, for the first time since May, I created a calendar again. And especially what I wanted to use this calendar for is to track my uploading schedule for YouTube. Like I said, I have been reactivating my YouTube channel. And I also realized I actually kind of missed making YouTube videos, although I won't pretend I was a very professional uploader. But I am realizing now that I actually really enjoy editing videos or making videos. So I really want to keep up this schedule and also be more active on Instagram and upload things to Etsy, create items, be more creative all around actually. And I figured this would help with it. Anyway, I created this very basic calendar layout, and I again went with the same sort of collage textured paper style and just, whatever I was feeling like. And then I used these tiny YouTube or Instagram stickers that I created way back when I first started my Etsy. I'm actually thinking of redoing them because they're really not selling. And I also think looking back that they could be better. So I think I will just use up the old ones myself and then recreate a version of this. And they actually came in handy and I really like the color scheme. And also, I was kind of happy that the stickers came off very easily because I stuck them down on certain days and then thought, well, no, that's not a good day to plan something because I had them on Wednesday, but I work on Wednesdays while I'm off on Thursdays. So I figured it would be more practical to put a scheduled sort of plan on a Thursday. Yeah. But they came off quite easily, so I could place them on another day. And besides the calendar, I just have these two columns, one for YouTube and one for Instagram, where I can keep track of the things I want to upload or just ideas I have throughout the month. And next up, we're doing a sort of YouTube tracking spread. And this is just because, well, like I said, I've just recently re-uploaded stuff on YouTube, and there's always a lot of small tasks that comes with uploading a YouTube video. Besides the filming and the editing, which are the obvious ones, I have to think about creating a thumbnail, about creating something that will work on Instagram, and just all kinds of stuff. And I keep forgetting at least one part. So once I want to upload something and I want to upload something to Instagram, I'm thinking, no, I didn't create something for Instagram. So I thought I might as well make just a tiny task list for each video to keep track of each task. That makes sense, I think, although I went about it in a weird circle explanation. And again, I went with a sort of a similar theme. So the weird textured papers together. And then I did these kind of rectangles where I'm probably uploading I'm planning on uploading 3 videos in January. And then I have some other rectangles left, which I will use to keep track of ideas or just other random thoughts I have. And lastly, I wanted to create a weekly spread. I'm not sure yet how I will use this spread because way back when I was still in college, I used these weekly spreads to really keep track of daily tasks or just reminders for stuff. But currently I don't really have that many daily tasks I want to write down to remind myself of. Although there are some, but well, since I'm always at home, I don't really need to remind myself I need to clean up or to do the laundry because I'm living in it. So it's really obvious I need to do it. And that's already it. That went by very fast, don't you think? Maybe I should edit it a little bit more slowly next time, but then again, do you want to watch 20 minutes of me drawing random stuff? Or maybe just more cuts and keep it a little bit less sped up? Please let me know down below what would be your preference and whether you like to see everything or just little snippets, but more in real time, perhaps? So these are the final spreads that I created. Afterwards, I actually put some washi tapes around the spreads, which I forgot when setting up these spreads, but you can head over to my Instagram and I'll probably post updates there. And that's it. So I hope you liked this video. I would very much like to say, let's make 2021 a happier year for all of us. Not just because of vaccines or whatever, but also by keeping ourselves motivated, by staying positive and not let ourselves dwell too much on negativity. And with those closing words, I would like to say thank you very much for watching if you've made it till the end. And I'd like to see you very much in another video. Bye bye!